Leetcode question 21. Merge two sorted lists. You are given the heads of two sorted linked lists, list 1 and list 2. Merge the two lists in one sorted list. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. Return the head of the merged linked list. So in this given example, red color represents the nodes from linked list 1, and then purple represents linked list 2, and then this is the merged linked list. As we can see, we are actually sorted them in the increasing order. So how to do this? The idea is to use a pointer. We call it current pointer. It always points to the current node in the merged linked list. So initially, we just initialized to an empty node. So the first step is we compare the head from list 1 and list 2, and then compare their value. So current.next should point to the node with smaller value. In this case, node 1 from list 1 and list 2, they have the same value of 1. So in that case, we just pick 1. So let's say current pointer.next points to list 2. And then after that, we need to update our current pointer because it should always point to the current node in the merged linked list. And then we have already added one node into the merged linked list. So in this case, this current pointer should be updated. And then the next step is we need to update list 2. So initially, list 2 points to the head of the linked list 2, but we already consider the first node. So in that case, we need to move to the next node. So next, we will consider the second node in list 2. We are doing that by update this list 2. So list 2 is list2.next. And then in the fourth step, we compare the first node from list 1 and then the second node from list 2. And then because the first node from list 1 has a value of 1, which is smaller than the value of 3. So in that case, we add that node to the merged links list. We are doing that basically by points the current pointer's next node to this first node of list 1. We are just repeating those process until we have add all nodes from at least one list to the merged list. So in this case, so one list, in our example 1, that is the list 1, actually runs out of the node. And then the other list 2, still has remaining nodes. So in that case, we just add all the remaining nodes to the merged linked list. So now the question is, so this current pointer moves as we merge two lists. How to return the head of the merged linked list? So the answer is use a dummy node. So this is a very common technique. So basically, this is the head of the merged linked list is the dummy node.next. So in that case, initially, dummy node and current node are both the empty list node. And then as we are adding nodes to this merged linked list, this current pointer is moving as we merge two lists. However, this dummy node remains the same. So in that case, the dummy node.next should be the head of the merged linked list. So in summary, we are actually using two pointers, even though one pointer never moves. So this dummy always points to the node before the head of the merged linked list. And then this current pointer initially points to the same node as dummy. So that's done during the initialization phase. But this current pointer moves as we merge two linked lists. So it always points to the current node in the merged linked list. So this is the idea for solving this one. So now let's actually type the solution. So basically we just initialize the dummy equals current equals list node. And then let's compare, well, list 1 and list 2. If both nodes if both linked lists have remaining nodes, in that case, we just continue the comparison. Otherwise, we just jump out of this while loop. So if list 1 dot value is less than list 2 dot value, so in that case, we just add the list 1, the node from list 1, to the merged linked list. So in that case, current.next equals list 1. And then after that, we need to update current. Current equals current.next. And then list 1 equals list 1.next. Else, so in that case, we need to add the node from list 2 to the merged linked list. So in that case, current.next equals list 2. Current equals current.next. List 2 equals list 2.next. So in this case, this is actually redundant. So since it's used by both scenarios, so in that case, so let's just put outside of this if-else condition. So after this while loop, okay. So after this while loop, so if list 1, which means, okay, we still have remaining nodes in linked list 1. So in that case, we need to add that to the merged linked list. So current.next equals list 1. Else current.next points to list 2. So in the end, we just return dummy.next. So that is the head of the merged linked list. So let's run this solution. Okay, it's accepted.